Hi, good evening, all of you. I hope everyone has joined and a few more will be joining soon. So let's start with the session now. I'll be sharing my screen and there it is. Okay. So let's open Revit. Okay. So we have the home screen now. This is called home screen. And now let's try to create a new model today as we discussed. Yesterday we discussed these models. Architectural model we had discussed. I'll just show you if you want a little on structure model. I don't think there is any difference there. As, you know, it's just the same kind of model, but it's in structural, more structural aspects are there in that model. So I'm just opening that. And you can see the interface also, you will see exactly same. So obviously you're looking at the title sheet right now there. So you would see the drawing sheet rather than the 3D model. There it is. So again, this is a structural sample project. And again, you have schedules, some drawings, and on this side, your title sheet. Just like yesterday, you can see, if you want to look at the 3D model, you can just scroll through this project browser and click on this 3D. And you can see 3D opens up. And if I press escape, these are all structural elements of this, not architectural, structural element. And if I want to rotate, I can rotate like this. You can see. There is also this box here, which is, what is this box called? You remember? This is called view cube, right? And when you go to view, you have this 3D view option here also. Okay. From here, you can choose default 3D view or whatever. So this is view cube that you see here, and you can select any view. In that view, you would see this model. Top right, bottom left. You just want to see top view, just click on the top. You want to see from the south side, There it is. The model you want. You want to see the 3D model? You can simply click on any of these. And we also discussed about how we can rotate this. So those things we have discussed, but what about the structural elements? Let's see the structural elements. This looks like a pile cap, right? I mean, this looks like a pile columns, and on the top you have the cap. So if you select that, even if I don't select that, if I just put the cursor here, it says structural foundation, pile cap, pile 3800 by 3800 by 600 mm. Okay, so that's the size of this. If I click, you can see here there is the pile cap. Okay, and there are various options for pile cap. You can change as well, but this is the pile cap that you're seeing here. If you scroll down, you can see you have more details. You can increase actually this extent of this. So suppose yesterday or day before, I think we were talking about the BIM aspect of the model, right? How the model gives you more information. So when I have selected this pile cap with 9 piles, you can see it says pile cap 9 pile. It is a pile cap, but along with that, there are 9 piles as well. Can you see this rebar on the left side? You have this properties of this. Since I've selected this, I'm seeing the properties here. So it says level 1, height offset from level minus 350, moves with grid, okay, concrete. So that's a material, you can see. Concrete cast in place concrete. So you can even change the material for, for that particular object. You can see from here, I can change the material. Anything I can choose. But the one that is chosen right now is this concrete cast in place. And if you want to look at the properties of this material, you can simply click here on these 3 dots. You can see 3 dots and you get this. So is there any properties of this material? You can see here on the right side, because this is material browser where you see identity, class, concrete, everything. You can add some manufacturer. Can you see you have options to add manufacturer as well? You remember I was talking about the information part in the model? So can you see when I select any structural element, I can see these information. If I select its material, I want to know about the material. Can you see? We can put the description, keywords, manufacturer, model number, cost, URL, any link or something, keynotes, mark. If you look at graphics, this is the graphic, the color. You can see the color it is showing. Since it's a gray color, so can you see it's the RGB equal proportions, 192, 192, 192. If there are equal proportions of red, green, and blue, that's a gray. And you can increase or decrease the shade. Appearance, that's graphics. This is appearance. Okay. And you can see this is how it looks like. That's the appearance. You can, from here, you can change it as well. Environment, how that material will look like in the environment. This is again the color, glossiness, reflectivity. Can you see? Transparency. You have cutouts, self-illumination, bump is there. There is tint. So all these information you can put about the appearance. Then you have physical information. Name, description, subclass, source, behavior, isotropic, orthotropic, transverse, isotropic. All these behaviors you can put. Basic thermal properties like thermal coefficient, thermal expansion coefficient. You can see here, you can put the thermal expansion. Okay. Basic thermal, there is mechanical properties as well, like Young's modulus, Poisson's ratio. Have you seen these properties? Okay, these are the properties of this material, concrete. Young's modulus 23,250 MPa. Young's modulus means value of E, modulus of elasticity. Poisson's ratio, shear modulus, density. That's the density of concrete. If you go to concrete compression, compressive strength is given 24 MPa. Shear strength modification is given, yield strength is given, tensile strength is given, right? So these are all information regarding this. And if you look at, you can even add more information if you like. You can see there is an add option here. If you click on add, you can add here thermal. So it will show thermal. Here it says asset browser. You can choose. Okay. Autodesk physical assets. From here you can choose this. But the point here is you can add more. You can duplicate the asset and all. So you can change the properties as well from here. Okay. So for different, you can say materials, we have different properties. That's what we were talking about, the information part in the BI. Okay. And what else do you see? That's the material information. Yesterday we were talking about the architectural information, right? The architectural information. Today we are talking about the material information. Look at this, today we are talking about the structural information. So if you see here, we have this structural, enable analytical model, rebar cover. Can you see the rebar cover here? 6 dia to 18 dia, 51 mm. So if you click here, you can choose rebar cover. Okay. It says 6 dia to 18 dia will be 51 mm. That's the rebar cover for the range of the reinforcement. Image, you can add some image if you want from here. You can even click on add from browser as well. Any image you want to add. Let's say on the desktop, if I have some image, let me see. You can see this image has been added. I've added a random image from the desktop and I've selected this and I'll click show. Okay, no good view could be found. Okay, I'll just click OK. So one image has been added here, as part of identity data. You can even click images of any material that you have seen, let's say in the past or something, and you want to use the same material or same kind of component or structural element. So you can use that image. You can click on this, you can choose any of these. Okay. So I'll just do one thing. I'll get rid of this. Delete. Okay. So I'll say none. None means there is no image. You can add more image. You can add some comments here. You can add mark. Any mark is there. Then what do we have? Phase created. Phase created means, you remember we were talking about the time aspect as well in the structure. You can see in which phase this element was created. So you can choose existing or new construction, and you can create these phases as well. Phase demolished. When was this? When would be this demolished or something? Or if it is demolished, if it is something that has to be demolished. So whether you can choose a particular phase or not. So when it will be demolished, when it will be created. So it will be created in the new construction phase, and it will be demolished never. And that's why it says none. Phase demolished, none. Learning content, you can add some learning content as well. Some learning about the product, about the material. It's also called lessons learned about the material. Okay. So these are all different properties, and you can collapse or expand using this. Like this. Okay. So you can collapse them like this, and it becomes easier to go through these data. So let's look into a few more things now. So now, so these, you can see I can collapse this as well. So all of them have collapsed now. Okay. And we want to look at the 3D view. I'll just keep this. Okay. I'll press escape. It's back to the 3D view. It's not selected now. So here I selected a pile cap, and I showed you all the information about that pile cap. Now, if I pile various piles and pile cap, if I select this, let's say if I put the cursor here, it says structural foundation. And so this is a different pile cap. If I select this, it's a different pile cap. It's not the same, right? So it's a different one. So let's check the property of this. So you can see. Similarly, you can check the properties here also. So I'll not go through the same one. Maybe I'll show you the steel. It's also concrete, so I'll not show you this. Maybe I'll show you something like steel. Which one will be steel here? In this restaurant or whatever it is. Where is the steel? What would be this? This looks like steel only. You select here M HSS square column. And this is also steel beam, you can see. So it says reference beam system, column style vertical, tap connection, none, dimension, top connection, dimension, identity, data, phasing, other contents. Is there anything specific here? Structural material is given. You can see structural material. Can you see? It is steel. If you want to change, you can click here and you can change the material. So you can choose stainless steel, steel carbon, anything. But right now this one is chosen. And if you want to see the property of this, you can go to identity. All the information will be there. Graphics, right? Appearance, physical, thermal. Can you see the density of steel? Is that not the density of steel? 7850 kg per meter cube. If you know the density of steel, you would know this is the density of steel. 7850 kg per meter cube. Okay. And then we have this elastic resistivity and emissivity. I don't know what emissivity is. I think it's one of the material properties as well. Then permeability is there, porosity, reflectivity. So this is what I was talking about when I said material. When I said that, when I said information. When I said information, I was actually talking about this only. You can steel 345 MPa. I'll click on cancel. I don't need to use that, but still you can see this material from here. And what is this panel made of? This one, let's see. This is structural area reinforcement. You can scroll down and check the material as well. Yeah. Now, if I select this, what does it say? Structural beam system. Structural beam system is showing, and there you can see this is a structural beam system. Okay, and you can see the properties of this as well. So this is structural beam system. I can press escape to get rid of the selection. I can select this. What is this? This is structural column, vertical, metal, steel, and all. So this way you can see the properties of the structural members very easily. And what does this look like? I think this is a separate structure again. There is it. There it is. It's the basic wall. And if I select this, that's floor, cast in situ. If I select this, okay, so that's reinforcement. So this way, you can see the various materials. If I go to level 1, this is the level 1. You can go to level 2 as well. Okay, so this is the sample drawing that you see. If I close this, it will ask me whether you want to save or not. So I'll be back to this. Now here we saw the architectural project yesterday. We went into detail. We saw the structural project as well today. Let's look into sample system project. Let me check what we had done yesterday as well. Yesterday we looked into the sample project, and which was architectural project. Today, which is 5th of August, today we looked into sample project for structural project, structural work. And next, this is the MEP one, mechanical electrical plumbing. So you can see most of the things here are related to MEP. Although we don't have to go in detail of MEP, we don't have to look into it, but still you can see a few details here. What exactly would it look like to be inside an MEP drawing? Okay, and here, if I select, let's say 3D, where is 3D? Plumbing 3D view is there. I'm showing you 3D views. You can see this is the plumbing area. Okay, so you can see the pipe connections. The blue one, what is the difference between blue and red? Blue is the cold water and the red is the hot water. How do I know? Let me see. If I select the red one, it says pipe types standard. Does it say anything related to hot or cold? Yeah, there is it. There it is. System type, domestic hot water. Pipe segment copper A. Diameter is also given. Flow is given. What will be the flow? Phase and everything. And where is the material? Material is there, copper pipe. Okay. And if I select this one, blue one, If I select the blue one, then it says pipe types only. And if I scroll down, it says domestic cold water 1, copper, pipe segment copper A, which you can change if you want. They are just one material, and the diameter is also given 25, which you can change to any other diameter. If I press escape, this is done. Okay, and now what else do we have? We have these pipes as well. Okay, you can see. And using these, you can add the pipes very easily. I can right click and go to properties, and you will see properties panel will open here. Again, copper. The system type is sanitary 1. So these are the sanitary pipes, the yellow ones that you see. Usually we show them with yellow or golden color, right? And that's how piping systems are created. These are the joints you can see. If I select this is the empty sanitary, the T joints in pipe. So in piping design and all, it could be very useful. So using Revit, you can also do the mechanical, electrical, plumbing work. I'll show you some mechanical work as well. Like yesterday, I just showed you the architectural work. Today, I'm showing you the structural as well as mechanical, electrical, plumbing work. Like this one is for HVAC. HVAC means, what is the meaning of HVAC? Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So this is the HVAC. You know, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So air conditioning and all the ducts and everything you can see. If I select this, it says rectangular duct. And if I select this, it says horizontal left return, right discharge. Okay. This one is rectangular duct. Yeah. So that's the HVAC design, what you're seeing right now. And now, apart from that, what do we have? This is HVAC. Can you see there are 3 sections in the whole drawing? One is HVAC, one is plumbing, and one is power. So plumbing we just now saw. This was HVAC, what you saw right now. This was plumbing. Let's look at power. Power means, what is the meaning of power? That's relevant to electrical power. Okay, so MEP means mechanical, electrical, plumbing. So which one is mechanical? HVAC is mechanical. Which one is electrical? Power is electrical. And which one is plumbing? P, plumbing. So that's why it's called MEP, or systems also you can see. You can say. So power, 3D main electrical distribution. So that's the main electrical distribution in the building. Okay. So you can see this as well. Let's see a few components here. If I select this, circuit breaker switchboard. If I select this, lighting and appliance panel board. Okay, these are all panels which could be created very easily through Revit. And you can see this is lighting and appliance panel board. Again, if you have someone from electrical, mechanical, or plumbing, they would be, they would be able to tell you what to place where. But if you know Revit, if you have a practice on Revit, you can place these components at the right place using the software. Okay, and of course, structural and architectural part you can very easily cover yourself only, because as a civil engineer, as a civil graduate, you would be able to do the structural as well as electrical, structural and architectural part. not the electrical or mechanical or plumbing part, but you can still help others, let's say electrical engineers, plumbing engineers, to install these into your model. Okay, they can assist you with that. They can tell you, they would be able to tell you what to use where. Okay, then you have schedules, quantities and all. I didn't show you the quantities part in the other drawing. Let me show you that as well. This is fine. This is quite straightforward. I would say MEP is the easiest one if you have an idea of mechanical, electrical, plumbing, because their things are fixed. But here it's not the easiest one, structural or architectural. Okay. Okay. So what I was talking about, one thing I want to show you, last thing in this particular model, the quantities. If I show you the 3D view, this is the 3D view. And again, today we are just having a half an hour session. My health is not that well today, so tomorrow we will be having a longer session for that. Tomorrow I don't have any other sessions as well. Okay, so we'll just go on for another 5 minutes. So I'm just completing the sample drawings, and then we'll work on our own model from tomorrow onwards. So let me show you some of the other details, like the schedule. Okay, so schedule means quantities. Okay, so here if you scroll down, I'm in the structural model. This is a 3D structural model, and if I go to schedule here, this is a section, rendering, drafting views, schedules slash quantities. So here you can get the quantities as well. Okay, so if I just scroll down, here it says, how do I, here it says structural column schedule. So if I double click, you can see this is the column schedule of the structure. Which column is used, which family is that, what's the type, that means size, length, base level, base offset, top level, top offset. Okay, and okay, so this is how do I. What is the meaning of how do I? How do I means, how do I do anything that is mentioned here? If I want to, let's say, create a wall footing, so what should I do? You should go to sheet S202. That's what it is saying. If I want to add a column, where should I do that? Go to which view? Structural plans level 2. So there you need to go in order to add the column. So that's the how do I thing. And families, groups are there. This is column schedule that we saw. Drafting views are there. You can see this is the wall details. Drafting view means 2D views. The same, and you can see 2D views, we get better 2D views in AutoCAD. So each software has its own advantage. You can see in AutoCAD, you can get better 2D views, not just this. But it's a whole package that I can say. You can do things that you have done in AutoCAD, not up to that level, but still you can do it. So that's what I say, that Revit is the whole package using which you can do anything you want. Detail view. Section, elevation, structural plans and all. Top of parapet. That's also one of the plan. If I want to see the columns, where do I see the columns? You remember when I went to schedule, there was how do I. So if I go to how do I, what does it say? Column, which view? Structural plans level 2. So if I go to structural plans level 2, This is the level 2. So here I can see the columns. So you would be able to see the columns here. So can you see these columns? Right? This line load, I guess. And yeah, there it is. It's not really visible clearly. If I go to level 1, there also I can see the columns in level 1. Level 1 and level 2, you can see the columns. You can see. This is another pile cap. So that means column. So this is a bigger one that you see in 3D, and these are the smaller ones that you see in 2D. Okay. Smaller ones are also there. So if you go to 3D, if I go to 3D, I can see these smaller columns which were shown there. And this was the whole bunch of column, which is pile cap. Okay. So for today, we are just leaving till here only, where I have discussed all the sample drawings. So now you would have an idea what exactly you can do with these drawings. Yesterday we didn't discuss the MEP drawings. So I discussed the MEP drawings as well. So now you know what are the capabilities of Revit. Now it will be easier for you to work on this when we start creating our own model. So from tomorrow, the first thing we will do is grids and levels. I'm not starting grids and levels today. Okay. I'm ending the session now only, just half an hour session today. And we are going to continue tomorrow in the evening. I'll let you know the timings. Okay. So unfortunately, my health is not well today, and I will be seeing you tomorrow in the evening, and we'll be continuing again. Okay. Thank you all. Just look into the sample drawings again and see if you can, understand anything. Otherwise, we'll be looking into it again tomorrow from start. Okay. Thank you.